There's a stigma that just if we're musicians, we have no business sense and we're just going to be starving and not doing well. And it does not have, it requires a lot of work. And that especially says, okay, who's your audience? Who's around? Who's going out to gigs? What do they want to hear? What can I offer that they would want to hear? That's a major part of it. I mean, I always had, before I did it full time, I had other jobs, in addition. And then eventually it got to the point where I saw a clear path where I was either going to do music and go all in, or I was going to, or just stay where I was. And ultimately the music would have fallen off because it required more time. In order to build it, I feel like if you're not growing, you're falling back. And it got to that point where it was one or the other. And for me, music was always it. Growing up, I knew music was going to be it, but I was always, thinking very conservatively, okay, well, that's a big risk because of the stigma, like you mentioned. Well, I can't do that. I need something else. So I wanted to be this, but still singing. So then finally it grew and grew, and I'm like, well, I got to make a go of it. And that's the thing, making it. I mean, I'm always aiming for the next level. Oh, we want that huge thing, but I mean, if you're just trying to make a living doing it, you can do that. You have to do as many different types of things as you can. I mean, for example, I'll perform at nursing homes during the afternoon sometimes. Then you can perform for a dinner, club, or, a party bar late at night. And then, there's all sorts of different avenues for private parties, weddings, corporate events. I mean, there's so many different things going on. You just have to always be on the look for stuff and just keep trying. I would say that's the biggest thing. I think the most common thing that people do is give up, and that's going to be, so they were getting hungry. They weren't maybe starving yet, or maybe they were. Maybe they went all in and did some things, but it's tough. So you have to really just look, what's your market, who is the potential audience, and try to build something for that. Day-to-day basis, you're always learning new music. I mean, especially in the cover world, old stuff, new stuff, always honing your craft, whatever you put, if it's piano, guitar, whatever, horn, you have to just keep your skills up, sending out bookings, booking emails and calls, networking with other musicians. A lot of my time is, because nowadays, I do my graphic design, I do my web design, I do all those other things, and just in normal bookkeeping. In social media, like just, putting out where you're going to be and trying to make it engaging. I mean, it eats up the hours. It really does. So it's not all glamorous and exciting. There's a lot of the business side. So I guess that is part of the business side. But little did I know when I started doing this that I would have to know how to be a graphic designer and make logos and posters and flyers and do web design and all that other stuff. There's so many other aspects to it, and even in video now, and audio too. Making original music, the more you can learn how to do, you can experiment and try more things. So a lot of my days, you go through waves. Like now I'm in a writing mode, so I'm just constantly writing and creating new songs. Then once wedding season hits, then it's just whatever the couples want. You're learning the songs for them, making sure that they have the right experience. So it's a lot. It is.